admirable job filling in for you in the sound booth, although nobody could replace KG. And of course, one of the more irreplaceable people at this network, Spend Mo Racks in the TD booth.
Hello.
Hello to you. We got a big show planned for you guys today. We're going to talk a little NBA and NHL playoffs. We got some Lions, some running back rankings in the NFC North. I am very excited to get everybody's opinion on that. Some Tigers. They've got a big doubleheader today after the last night's game was rained out against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we've got a top 5 list.
Yeah.
Top 5 pizza toppings. You guys are not going to want to miss this. But no. You are on the edge of your seat wondering what I like on my pizza, right?
No, big facts.
Spend Mo Racks probably actually. But you know what? It's going to be fun, and that's always one of the segments on each show that brings a lot of engagement.
Is anchovies on your list?
No. Do I
Okay.
look like an anchovies guy?
Yes.
I probably do.
I can see you being an anchovies guy.
I am not an anchovies guy. Spoiler alert, anchovies is not on my list.
Benny, remind the people why we do a top 5 list.
Because it's half as boring as a top 10 list.
Bingo.
It's funny because that originated from the old iteration of the morning show, which I was on. So I can't necessarily endorse that, but you know what? It is all well and good.
Yeah, because it was fucking boring, Sam. So
Jesus.
Let's get it right.
Hey,
RIP to the old morning show.
you know what?
Lazy booking is
All right.
lazy booking.
Shout out Jim Cornette.
Shout out
Hey,
to Cornette.
R.I.P. to the old morning
Thank you,
show.
fuck
Shout
you,
out,
bye.
shout out,
Goodbye.
Jeff, Lucas, JB, all of them.
Shout out.
I thought our lists were just fine, but you know what? These are going to be fun as well. But speaking of fun, Spenny, how about the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Oh,
Man.
Yeah.
They found a way.
Yeah, they
did.
found a way.
Bitches.
I mean, the Mavericks were missing Lively for sure.
Yeah,
that was
for
pretty
sure.
apparent. You know, he does a lot when it comes to their pick and roll situation. Yeah, and Kyrie had that turnover with 30 seconds left when they had a chance to possibly cut the lead down to a little bit, but. Yeah, that's one game. You go back to Minnesota, take care of business if you're Dallas.
And Cat showed up. We
Yes, he
gotta
did.
give him his props, man.
For
I was
sure.
ready to come in here and say this was the most competitive sweep I've ever seen, but they live to play on another day. But I think they get it done in 5, Sam. I think they do.
I mean, we'll see. The Timberwolves, oddly enough, have been really bad at home, at least in the
Yeah.
last couple of rounds. But yeah, like you said, I've always been a Cat defender, but I kind of lit into him a little bit yesterday for his terrible shooting in the first 3 games. But in the fourth quarter, it seemed like he couldn't miss from deep.
Yeah.
And that completely correlated with why Minnesota won that game. And of course, Anthony Edwards was fantastic yesterday.
Pretty much a triple-double.
Yeah, had one of his best playoff games since the Nuggets series. But yeah, shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I'll tell you what, when it comes to Karl Anthony Towns, you may say, and I think it's going to be proven right, that it's a little too late. But if Minnesota gets Game 5, the fear of God will be put in Dallas. They would have a Game 6 potential closeout game.
What
and if
the
they don't,
fuck are you talking about?
It's fine. I bet if anybody else said it but me, you would be like, it's fine.
No. The question here is, right? Did everything go the way that it had to fall for Minnesota? Or did Dallas, was that not more of a game that
It
Dallas
seemed like Dallas
gave
kind
it up?
of gave it away. Yeah.
Right, so look at pedigree here, and you know what? And I'm proud of you for giving props where you didn't, but I don't see Minnesota's immaturity to be able to do this for 4 games in this series without Dallas waking the fuck up. Right, you're allowed one of these games in this series, and you're right. Hey, Kyrie turned it over to whatever else. They're going back to the lab.
Mm-hmm.
You nailed everything like that. Sam, I will give you the fact that would they be more on alert if they lost and had to go back Game 6?
Yes.
Or even for Game 7? No. Because if you don't think this is one of those series where you control it, we lost Game 1 of the 2002 finals at home against Carolina. And there was and we went to triple overtime on a Bret Hart. Like, that series was closer than you thought, but there was no question that we ever thought we didn't have that series at hand.
Yeah.
That's what I see here. Right now, if Dallas continues to fiddle fuck their way around, and Minnesota consistently gets this effort, right, by their 2 stars, but to me, this is more of the outlier. We did our best. That Dallas realizes that if they're going to make that next step, and what we were talking about yesterday with Luka and Kyrie arguably being the best backcourt, then you're going to see it in this next game.
And also, they're the best closers in the NBA. So that's what Minnesota has to deal with, along with the contributions that they're getting from some of the role players. Daniel Gafford, likely when he was playing, PJ Washington came up big too. So you're not only facing that, but you're facing the two best closers in the NBA. I don't think they give away another game.
Sam, if it gets to game 7 and you want to drop that they're all nervous and stuff like that, then go ahead. But you know what? When you are a team and you're sort of on destiny, you look at what Florida did last night. As we were sitting here and they were behind 2-1 in the series, and I said I thought Bobrovsky's the guy who's going to raise the cup. There's adversity in these different series, right? So I just don't see it. Maybe this is the conversation after game 5 if Dallas gives it away again.
But then you got to go back to Dallas.
I don't think Dallas on their best game can be beat by anybody left in this tournament.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, likely's out, but, you got Gafford. I understand that. But, hey, Kyrie Irving didn't play so well in a closeout game. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
6 of 18, 1 of 6 from 3.
14-1 in closing.
And that's not going to happen again in the next game.
I promise you.
I understand that, but as I've always said, that's more of a LeBron stat, and I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill till the day I die because I'm right. I am 100% right.
Hey,
because
Sam,
LeBron James
I'm looking at that hill, and I see one little cross, and it says, R.I.P. Sam Flannel. You're the only one on that hill.
If you think that Kyrie Irving's better in closeout games than LeBron, I can't help you.
Kyrie Irving is a better closer than LeBron James.
He's not a better closer than LeBron James.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's 100% not.
It's arguable.
I'll say that.
There it is, Kenny. It's a
arguable.
conversation, right?
It could be had. It could definitely be had.
Kyrie Irving literally closed out a championship for LeBron James.
And LeBron James scored 11 out of 18 in the fourth quarter and won the game at the free throw line and with the greatest defensive play in NBA history. That's all true. Everything that was said there
And
was
he wouldn't have won that chip
in one
without the three.
game? Was that in one game, or was that over a whole? In one game, he did it.
Yes, in one game, he scored 11
so
of
there's
18.
that one game. Can we match that with Kyrie's one game that he did it? Then let's
Really?
go from there.
Sam,
I don't care
have
what
to
he
give
did
it
in the
to
one game. He carried his team. Doesn't matter what it.
Kyrie carried the team?
No, I said it doesn't matter. You're using LeBron's example
Oh,
for
shit.
one game,
Oh, I
not
missed
for.
this.
Give me another one.
I will. Game 7 of the 2013 NBA Finals. LeBron scores 37 in Game 7, including the jump shot to make it a 4-point game when it was a 2-point game in Game 7.
I remember
that
that.
happened.
Yep.
That actually happened. The triple-double in the closeout game of Game 5 of the 2012 NBA Finals. That happened as well. Averaging 34 on 68% shooting on the 2 closeout games in the 2020 NBA Finals against the when he was for the Lakers against the Miami Heat. LeBron James also 5 buzzer beaters in the playoffs. 5. The 48 special against the Detroit Pistons in the 2017 Eastern Conference Finals. The 14 points scored to bring the Miami
I'm not.
Heat.
You know what? Sam's got a great point.
I know it's funny.
I'm not.
giving
No, I'm not.
evidence.
I'm not gonna.
Evidence.
There's a great example. There you go. He's the greatest closer. Jordan's the GOAT.
Jordan is the GOAT.
I disagree,
There you
but
go.
that's okay. If you want to say Jordan's the GOAT, I'm not mad at you for that. I will.
No, but we'll see, right? So to the whole point of this is Dallas. If Kyrie is this closer and stuff like this, you'll see it in Game 5.
Yeah, Luka too, man. Don't
Well,
sleep
that's
on
what I'm
Luka.
saying. Like,
Yeah,
we don't say Dallas without it's
Yeah.
adding the other guys.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I still think that Dallas will win the series, but I'm just saying that with how the series stacks up, if you lose 2 in a row and then you've got to close out Game 6, that's pressure.
Is Game 6 at home?
Yeah,
Game
it's
6 at home.
That's what I'm saying. They got to go back to Dallas.
Spenny, this year. Dallas good at home, or do they struggle?
Dallas has been pretty good at home, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll see. We are 100% going to see. But shout out, like I said before, Karl Anthony Towns. It may have been too little, too late, but he may have restored a little bit of the faith that I had in him, and
Just
then
a
lost, and
little
then just a little bit. He was draining all the clutch threes down the stretch. He 100% was, and you can't deny it. Speaking of who's balling right now, Max Clark putting up some pretty good numbers in the minors, eh,
Shout
Spenny?
Yes, he is. He was named your FSL Player of the Week in the past 5 games. He's had 9 hits and 20 at-bats for a 450 average, 5 runs scored, 9 RBIs, 5 walks, 2 doubles, a home run, and 4 stolen bases, even though Flannel doesn't care about that.
I
don't.
He now leads the Florida State League in runs scored and RBIs.
Nice.
Hey.
Why does he look like a midget in that picture though? He looks so small.
Hey, he's got, and the thing that I like most, just from the numbers, is that 381 on base percentage. That 381 on base percentage as comparison to the 253 lifetime average. That man takes his walks.
And he turns his walks into doubles because he steals.
Hey, but he just better not get thrown out. Because if you get thrown out at second, I will literally do what Brad Pitt did in Moneyball, where he throws the chair out of his room. No steals, no bunts.
The
Just
fuck
get on
are you
base.
talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously haven't seen the movie, or maybe you have, but that did
I have
happen.
Get him,
seen the
D-Mac,
movie,
get him.
but I have seen the movie, but like, so the question is, right? Does anybody? That's great, but what does that mean for this Tiger team?
Getting on base.
Still, is this a September call up that we?
No.
that we
Hell
lost?
no.
So
Hell
so
no.
exactly. So no, that what? So the consistency that we got guys cooking in the minors, and this is what the new plan is, and don't expect to pay for another player when this is the whole new regime. So
Yeah.
that's good to see, but I guess it's just like watching the young guys in GR.
Yeah, you know, he's 18, so it's good to see him playing like this. He's obviously got a long way to go. He's still in low A, so
Yeah.
hopefully he gets brought up before the end of the season into the next level of A ball. But yeah, it's good to see him hitting. He's 18 years old. He's got a long way to go before he's in the majors, though.
If you was looking at Scott Harris's comments yesterday on MLB TV, it seems like that's part of the plan. So, yeah.
I mean, I hope that he becomes something. Obviously, he was a top draft pick, so we certainly hope so. But yeah, we're not going to see him in the majors for a while. But hopefully, the Tigers can tread water and get some wins before Max Clark gets there. Although the news that I just heard a couple minutes ago makes me a little upset. But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in the next segment. And I wanted to wait for Neil, and Neil will certainly he will have his moment about this. But I just have to bring it up. Angel Hernandez retired.
Thank God.
Retired from baseball, being one of the
Retired or forced out?
Yeah, I was gonna say, was he retired? Was he taken out to pasture, or did he walk away and say the game has gotten past me? Did you guys watch the highlight reel of Angel Hernandez's
so
worst
bad.
calls in history?
It's so
He's
bad.
a bum.
yeah.
He
It's
is the
get away-
Javi Baez of
Yeah, how do you get
like
away?
swing like, and when I say the Javi Baez, the way the undisciplined swinging out of the strike zone, he was the umpire that called the undisciplined strike way out of the strike zone.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you get away for that many years?
No
Yeah.
idea.
no, that's for sure. And speaking of the Tigers, Cody Engel can't wait for the Tigers 2030 season.
Just, I mean, at this point,
You're not completely off base. I will just say that, but
this
I'm
point.
going to be excited about Max Clark, although this season as a whole has not been great. But you know what? Maybe they can exercise some demons in this doubleheader that they have today, although they're facing a couple really damn good pitchers. But if the Tigers need to mellow out a little bit before their doubleheader, D-Mac, where do they go?
Well, they obviously go to Dispo.
Obviously.
Or how about this, Sam? We don't promote that for the guys that are playing, but if you're in the stands and you want a better experience, because you're going to see
do
a
anything
pitching
right, bro.
duel tonight and stuff like that. Visit Dispo Dispensary today for deals too good to miss. Meet a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere and shopping experience. Try the freshest inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Come through our stores or order on Dispo Dash today. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com. Your local cannabis plug.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Hoodies, tees, and the hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. You got the Stoke Not Scared. You've got the Woodward with the Verner's colors up there. You've got the Meat Missile. You've got everything you could possibly want. The best place to get your Detroit sports.
Kids.
Boo them kids. That is certainly coming. And I feel like we all started that For sure we did. And you can get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Welcome back to Big D Energy Live on the Woodward Sports Network. We're pretty much a full crew here today, except I, Flannel Sam, am in for Neil Rule. But of course, we got Darren McCarty, KG, Korean Jesus, and Spencer Raxter. And speaking of having a full day, how about the Detroit Tigers? They have a doubleheader with the Pittsburgh Pirates today, which is making up for their rain out last night. And
What rain?
hey, that is 100% fair. In game one,
It was raining pretty hard when I left.
That's fair. In game one, Tarek Skubal is going up against Jared Jones, who is another one of the Pirates' very good young up-and-coming pitchers. And in game two, the Pirates are throwing out Paul Skeens to the mound, who has basically been everything that you could have possibly hoped for when it comes to hype. I mean, the numbers, the 2.25 ERA, the constantly throwing it 100 miles an hour like it's nothing. And in game two, hey.
Forget all that. Olivia Dunn, bro.
That's fair.
Come
That's fair.
on,
That's
man.
a flex.
Let's
That's a
mic
flex.
drop this bitch in here.
That's fair.
Right? No, that's not even fair. You can fireball 100 miles an hour every pitch off the mound, and you wake up with Olivia Dunn.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know, go check out the story, because when he got called up, he was having a nap with Olivia Dunn. God bless.
God bless him.
MLB. This guy's living it, loving it, and he's doing something right, Kenny. But
It's a flex, man.
all jokes aside, is this not one of those pitching matchups, like if you're a baseball nerd, to watch these two on the mound do their stuff? Now, you know how baseball works. It's going to be a 7-6 game.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Right.
But this is something that I think moving forward, National League, American League, stuff like this, is this a possibility? And I know somebody said earlier 2030, but you know, if the Tigers do or the Pittsburgh do, like these are two of the best young arms, right? Would you not say? Can we agree on that, Sam?
Hey, they're two of the best. Certainly, if you're a baseball nerd, if you're one of those people that has the means, you should go to this entire doubleheader today, because you get Tarek Skubal and Jared Jones in game one, and then you get Paul Skeens in game two, and the Tigers are throwing out
Matt Manning, I belleve. They're calling him up.
Looks to me like it's Kiter Montero.
Yeah, we got here's Broder's breakdown. He said, Kiter Montero is scheduled to be the 27th man. The second game of today's doubleheader, Montero will be starting pitcher for the second game versus the Pirates superstar prospect Paul Skeens. And Kerry Carpenter placed on the 10-day injured list, retroactive to May 27th with lumbar spine inflammation.
Did not need that.
Akil Badu called up from AAA.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And that certainly could change the entire view of the Tigers, even moving forward, because they got to keep stacking some wins together. And I just got to read this from Rack, because this is one of the greatest comments I've ever seen about Paul Skeens. 100 miles per hour on the field and mustache rides for Dunn off the field.
Hell yeah.
It's the American.
Hey, Rick, can you pop over to Johnny U over at Pro Sports Zone there, Livonia, grab me a skiing jersey for this second game of the doubleheader, please?
Isn't it? It's funny, though.
Should put Dunn and his number on the back.
It's funny, though, because the Tigers, it's not like they're a terrible team or anything. It's not like the only draw is going to see other teams' players, but I don't think anybody's mad about being like, dude, you should go see Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's one of the biggest attractions in all of baseball right now.
Young phenom. Man.
He's basically what Steven Strasburg was. I know we all remember Steven Strasburg. That was just such a big deal.
Without the injuries, I remember him.
Hey,
Yeah.
100%. And Paul Skeens, I actually think he's got more arm talent than Steven Strasburg had, which is certainly saying something. And KG, you weren't here yesterday, so I want to get your thoughts.
Yeah.
Tigers 26-27, one game under 500. They just coming off a 3-game winning streak against Toronto.
Yeah.
10 games out of first, 3.5 out of the wild card. What are your overall thoughts on how the season has gone now that we're about a third of the way in?
I mean, it could have went better. Like I've said before, the biggest thing is that we weren't expecting the division to be this good. So a 26-27 Tigers team should be better looking than what it is right now. But when you take into account the way the offenses looked, it's not been good. But they got to just find some kind of consistency. Listening to Scott Harris's comments yesterday, it seems like this is the direction they're going. They're sticking with the youth movement. So if that's the case, we just got to find a way to get consistency out of the offense. Hopefully the pitching stays somewhat intact. And, just got to keep playing. They lost a lot of ground, but We'll see what happens.
Well, nobody thought that Cleveland would have the best record in the American League.
Like, come on,
They
man.
have the best record in the American League. But like I said yesterday, hoping for a bad division is not a strategy.
Yeah, like you're 500 almost, and you're 10 games out.
You're
Like, that's
five-
bad.
And if you're 10 games out at this point, you're almost, I'm not saying you're completely out of it because mathematically that's a ridiculous statement to make, but it's hard to make up 10 games on anybody, especially a team that is capable of going through, a 55-game stretch of almost 20 games over 500.
Yeah.
It's certainly disappointing, but
Fun fact from the councilman, Robert Colosia.
yeah.
Olivia Dunn is the highest paid NIL player in college sports.
Hey, that's, I mean, I guess it's a little bit surprising, but not really.
No,
Not really
UCLA.
at all. Hey, she's an incredible gymnast. An incredible gymnast. But
She's bad as fuck.
It's fucking spinny.
I only have eyes for my wife. But all right.
Actually, that figure is untrue. Shadur Sanders actually makes more than her in
Oh, don't say that too
2024.
loud. Sam might
In
lose his
2024.
shit.
Hey,
Don't say
there you
that
go,
too loud.
councilman. We got Jesus here to fact check you out there. Can't just be dropping the knowledge. So is she number 2?
Yes, she is number 2, but
She was
has
passed
more total NIL valuation over her time in college than Shadur does. But this year alone, Shadur has more money this
Throw
year.
the hood on me now. No, I'm talking.
Okay, but so last year he was right.
Yeah, last year he was right.
Okay.
Yes.
But now it's Shadur's time.
We will
Okay,
see.
good to know.
We will see if Colorado can win more than 4 games next year.
Interestingly, Jesus, what's that value at? What's that number? Just so people, because when we throw NIL out, like people don't know if it's like 100 grand or these kids are
Or
making
millions,
of dollars.
Some of these kids.
It's got to be like
It is $4.6 million for Shadur and $3.9 million for Livy Dunn.
so. I mean, we're talking real money.
Yeah.
More than some NFL coaches make.
And Bronny is right behind them at 3.7.
Yeah, that makes sense. He won the genetic lottery there, or the just being born lottery.
You're
being
so
LeBron James'
bitter,
son.
Sam. So bitter.
Oh, come on.
Drop
A
into
little
the
bit,
James
a little
gang. Sam wants to be part of the James gang so much. Goddamn Bronny. Now he's hating on Bronny.
I would have had better genetics than I do now. Shout out to my parents, love them, but
It's your fault.
Are you saying you would have better takes too?
I think my takes are fantastic. But
I know you do. That's,
hey.
that's the problem.
And-
That's why we love you.
I
That's the good and the bad.
love you guys too. But Alan W brings up something about Cleveland. Cleveland should have a regression to the mean, right? Even if they do.
Yeah.
Even if they do.
You would
they-
have to hope for a big collapse at this point.
They could play 500 baseball the rest of the year and have one of the most successful seasons in recent history when it comes to Cleveland. But D-Mac, how much stock do you put in the Tigers sweeping this doubleheader? Is that going to change any of your view on the team at all?
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. No, I want Tarek Skubal to continue to pitch like a Cy Young winner. Every time he takes the mound, he's as valuable as he's gonna be. You see, Sam, I'm here for sheer entertainment value. What I love is the fact that I really do think that we've seen a kickstart in Cole Keith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you look at his average now, it's up over 230. He's getting comfortable. That's what we wanted. Now we're seeing why the commitment to these guys of this long-term contract. Oh, okay, now I get it. Now he's getting comfortable. That's what I like. So it's more of, it's more of, come on, Torque, get her going.
Right.
Like stuff like this. So it's the same old thing, Sam. You nailed it as far as in the mediocre division. So there's a lot of time, whether it's a wild card, whatever it is to be there. I just want to see continued progress. My biggest thing is can we hit? Can we hit? It doesn't seem like it's set up against these two
In
pitchers of
clusters.
Pittsburgh. What are we gonna have, 4 hits total?
I mean, let's hope not.
So I mean, but in these cases, Kenny, it's a challenge when you're facing this, young heat thrower coming in or whatever like
That's
this.
true.
So. I don't put too much stock whether they sweep it, whether they don't, whether they do whatever. I'm just more into looking at individuals and seeing the progress.
Well, unfortunately, their hitting, I think, is going to take a bit of a dip because Kerry Carpenter is on the IL. He was leading the team in OPS. He had a 914 OPS.
Yeah, he was on fire,
He
man.
was having a borderline all-star season, and without him, I'm a little bit worried. But I think it's time, and I kind of touched on it yesterday. I think we got to hold the bullpen's feet to the fire a little bit.
Okay.
I know that for most of the season, and rightfully so, at least for April, we kind of were given the bullpen wet kisses. But the reality is that they're 19th right now in bullpen ERA. Go ahead.
Can I address this?
Go ahead.
Sam, you bring up a great point. Everybody sees Mama Jan in the chat thread, right? That's my mom.
Shout out.
And everything else.
Shout out Mama Jan.
Shout out Mama Jan. Mama Jan, where you'll see. To tell anybody who doesn't know who she is, she's in the chat thread I see every morning. She says hello to Brandon Katz. Right? That's the type of person is. Wants peace and harmony and everybody get along and stuff like this. Do you know that I get text messages every time Andrew Chafin gets put in and she has her Sam Flannel moment. This guy, come on, guys, like dudes, you can't. She is so down. The only player I've ever seen in history of sports that she has had enough of.
Wow.
And she's a huge NASCAR fan, and she puts up Kyle Busch because I love him.
Yeah.
But the fact is, right?
Busch.
Every time Chafin, here comes Chafin. God damn it. Like, she will lose. She will have her flannel moments to that. So, to your point, this bullpen's been proverbial dog shit for the past 2 months.
But, I mean, what you supposed to do when your offense so bad?
Okay,
like,
but it's...
No, I understand. But
Eventually
to
it's
your
gonna bleed
point,
over.
Sam, I'm making the point that it's time that the bullpen ain't peaches and cream like it used to be, like it was at the beginning of the season. There are faults in there even to hold games and different stuff like that. So the people are feeling, my whole point is people are feeling your frustration of the bullpen.
Well, and with the bullpen, it's kind of, to me, it's Tyler Holton. His ERA is more than double what it was last year. Shelby Miller, friend of the show, but I might have cursed him because his ERA is now double what it was last year, more than double, and he's obviously on the IL with an elbow inflammation.
He ain't been the same since he's been up here. I hate to say it, but
I fanboyed over him hard, and I may have cursed him. Fine. You can
God damn it, Sam.
Put the pitchforks at me. Will Vest is .49. His ERA is .49 higher than it was last year. Jason Foley's is almost a full run higher than it was last year. Alex Lang, who's now in AAA, is .67 higher than it was last year. It's just a lot of these guys, although at the beginning of the season they were showing up, have kind of had a really rough stretch and overall have had disappointing years. And you can even say the same thing from some of their starters, like Matt Manning and Kenta Maeda, and even Casey Mize is an ERA over a run over of what it was in 2021, his last healthy
once
season.
again, if they were putting up more runs, would it look as bad? It wouldn't look as bad.
Well, I'll give you an example of where you are correct in a circumstance. The game that I went to on Friday night, the game where I spurred the Tigers' winning streak by sitting in the suite.
Good job.
The sweet life of Sam and Nikki. Call me Zach and Cody. I think I would be Cody because I'm kind of more of a nerd. But anywho, that's not the point. The Tigers had a 6-0 lead going into the ninth, and Andrew Chafin gave up a couple of runs. No big deal.
Right.
No big deal whatsoever. So I understand that not all of them are high leverage situations, but I even look back at the very beginning of this bad stretch that they had. Not these last 3 games notwithstanding. In the Yankees and in the Guardians series, they had an opportunity to win a couple more games, and they blew 2 saves. And I understand that the offense didn't do them a ton of favors, but you can't just make a habit out of that. And my point is that we put so much on this offense, and rightfully so. This offense for large stretches, especially against the Marlins, which was the worst offense of them all, have been absent for a lot of the time. But when you look at the numbers, their bullpen hasn't been that great either. And they're getting almost no flack. And I just think sometimes your better units have to step up, especially now that Kerry Carpenter's hurt, because that could be what you want to make of their season right now. That could be season torpedoing.
Yeah.
Because he's been their best hitter. He's been, I would say, I don't know if I would put him in the All-Star game, but you could make an argument. 9 home runs, 29 RBIs, OPS of 914. That's a phenomenal year. And it's coming off of a year where he had an 811 OPS in a larger sample size, but that leads to another thing. Kerry Carpenter.
Yep. Take that, Neil.
He's had some he's had some injury concerns. This is his second trip. He was on the IL, I believe, once or twice last year, and now he's on the IL for a back. A little bit concerning, but you know what you should never be concerned about ever on any way, shape, or form.
What is that?
is tuning in to Wake Up Woodward every single weekday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Woodward Sports has a new morning show. Start your day with Wake Up Woodward, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports. Join Kool-Aid, myself, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, KG in the audio booth right now, and Korean Jesus. He is a regular on that show too. Every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports, sports talk, banner, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences. The online and big box retailers with one major difference. They are family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years with 60 different brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
Welcome back to Big D Energy Live on the Woodward Sports Network. I am Flannel Sam filling in for Neil Rule. The man to my left is four-time Stanley Cup champion with the Detroit Red Wings, Darren McCarty. And speaking of Stanley Cup playoffs, we're going to get to that in just a sec. But Matt Broder in the chat, gonna need a bunt today. Flannel knows. No bunts. Bunts is an out. I am fundamentally against bunts as a whole. And I know you wanted a victory lap, that bottom of that extra innings bump, but it was a home run. It was a walk-off home run. Bunting had nothing to do with it. But anywho, higher leverage games are going on right now than Detroit Tigers regular season games. And that is, of course, the NHL playoff series between the New York Rangers and the Florida Panthers. And that has lived up to all of the hype and more. 3 consecutive overtime games, a 2-2 series. Just electric playoff hockey. And Darren McCarty, I just want to ask you this because, you know, I gotta get your take on it. I gotta get your experience from it. A playoff hockey sudden death game. What is that like from a player's perspective?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. And, you know, that's what you play for. Think about when you're a kid, right? Everything when you're imagining being an NHL player or whatever is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, overtime, this and that. So more times than not, as we see in the NHL, overtime's a prevalent part of the game, probably. You know, I'm guessing 33% of the time, right? You're going to go into overtime, so it makes new heroes. I know from experience, I was able to score an overtime goal game 1 in Calgary, but again, when I was there, we lost the series, so it doesn't matter. But if you ask a guy like, you know, I remember one of the most memorable ones was the 2, obviously Chris Draper, 98 in the comeback game against Washington at home after being down, you know, 5-3 or whatever like that. And also the Igor Larionov's triple overtime in Carolina. So, if you're asking me specifically as a grind line member, the one thing is that you were never going to score. That we did, right? It'd be great if we got it and we're part of it or whatever, but no, it was more even bigger shutdown because we were playing against the top line. Yeah. Right. So we don't allow them to score just like anything else. And I think as experience, the more you're in that situation, I guess I would compare it to golf, right? When you're not used, you know, you get nervous over those short little putts or whatever like this, but the more that you have them, the more comfortable you get. So that's where you see pedigree. I think a lot of times is you watch the goaltenders, right? You see the best goaltenders in the world, calm, cool, collective. Whereas, you know, sometimes in overtime you see let the inexperience come out. More times than not in overtime, it's not a tic-tac-toe play. It's a lucky bounce, or something like that. So the key rule is put everything on net. That's the number one. Like, if you're going to the corner, whatever, like, hit the net. Like, just throw it on net because you never know. Could hit somebody. So, but the bottom line, Sam, it's exciting. But, yeah, there's some anxiety to it. Yeah. But then you embrace it, right? That anxiety in hockey and in life or whatever, you have to take that anxiety or that fear, the monster, put it in front of you and face it and go, here we go, bud. And then you thrive. That situation.
And then I have the figure. It is 22.8% of NHL playoff games go to overtime.
So that's between 1 and 4, 1 and 5.
75% in this series. Absolutely unbelievable. And Sandy in the chat, Darren always preaches because he knows more and better than everybody about playing NHL hockey.
Damn right.
Damn right. And that's where I'm self-aware.
What's just been there. And to your point, Jesus, right? It goes to show you how, like, we're talking NBA finals and Indiana, we don't think the East will compete against it. No, these are the best team. And you see how close that it is, right? It reminds, like, these series, and take the physicality, even though it is physical and stuff like this, but these are the Colorado, Detroit. These are Colorado, Dallas. These are, when you're in the middle of it, if you're a New York Ranger fan or a Florida fan or whatever, or Dallas fan like you are, like, your anxiety because these games are separated by one goal.
It's one mistake, and you saw it last night. That Rangers defenseman was bringing the puck back. Barkov picked his pocket in overtime, walked down, drew that penalty, which I think should have been a penalty shot, by the way. But then Reinhart scores. It bing, bang, boom. Quick momentum swing, and Panthers end up winning the game.
You know what it is, Jesus? You brought up a great point. As it gets into the more just simple. Let's play simple hockey. Puck in, puck out. Don't try to do anything because it's that little plays and little moments to whatever else. That can change games, which can change series.
I was thinking blasphemy when I saw the Rangers defenseman skating the puck back with Barkov on his hip. That should have just been glassing out. There should have been no thought of anything else. But
and so to the point of what Sam brought up, to sometimes the moment gets bigger. You look at who made the play and somebody who's the experience, but we've all messed up, and whether you hopefully you do it when you're younger, then and you learn that experience so you don't do it on the brightest stage.
Yeah, go ahead.
And my favorite free agent target for the Wings scored that game-winning goal in overtime. A little Sam Reinhart action.
Hey, bring him home, right? Hey, speaking of heroes, I know me and Korean Jesus were discussing it before the series. We both predicted a Barclay Goodrow legacy series, right? 100%. No, I'm kidding. But that's your point. D-Max, sometimes heroes are made. I mean, Barclay Goodrow's a 10-year vet whose career high in points was 33. He's had 3 goals in the series.
You're missing the whole point. Go look at Barclay Goodrow. What else does he have? What does he got?
What do you mean, what does he got?
He's got fucking cups. In Tampa Bay.
I know, because of Barclay, not because of Victor Hedman or Kucherov or Stamkos.
You are a fucking idiot, bro.
What do you mean?
You don't look at and see what Goudreau, Coleman, and that line to whatever, so Barclay Goudreau's doing exactly what you need to do.
3 goals in 2 games is not Barclay Goudreau.
You go to the
typical.
fucking regular season like a fucking dipshit when it doesn't matter. Look at his fucking... Does he have cups? Because that's pedigree. So it doesn't matter if he's got 4 fucking goals all year, bro. He steps up at different times that different guys can. Because you know what? Who can't do it? Go look at your 30 and your 40 goal guy who's fucking sitting at the end of the bench fucking waving his fucking stick because the fucking going gets too tough. And you know why Barclay Goudreau's on the ice for those fucking minutes? Because he's depended on.
Fine.
So you don't get to talk. Shut up. You don't get to talk on fucking role guys that have cups. That why are they in? You go Barclay Goudreau's regular season. Do you think Barclay Goudreau gives a fuck, or the New York Rangers or his coach or his teammates give a fuck how many goals he has in the regular season? Absolutely not, you fucking clown.
We all predicted it. Barclay Goudreau, 3 goals in 2 games. Every single one of us, right? Every single one of us.
Bro,
come on.
How about predict that fact that it's going to take fucking depth in the lineup and guys like Barclay Goudreau who've done it before to step up? Then you would have seen it coming, and it's not fucking shocking.
Get on.
To you, it's shocking because, oh my God, this guy's got fucking 2 goals in the regular season. And then Look at his pedigree.
I understand.
You can bring up that fact and have an argument if this was the first time he's ever done anything, but I'm sorry, Sam, if you look at it, he was an integral part to the fucking role player. The reason that Tampa had to get rid of everybody on their grind line or whatever the fuck they wanted to call it, Coleman goes to Calgary, Goudreau goes, because it couldn't afford him. You don't yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't know hockey. I don't know
I'm
hockey
gonna end it
like
with
you.
this.
It's fine.
That's not winning, Flannel.
Hey,
Can we put that with the joint one, please?
You damn right.
No, you don't get it, Sam, and that's fine. That's fine, because it ain't about Barkley. It's about the role guys stepping up. Because who's not on the sheet? Show me Zibanejad.
Yeah.
Show me the guys. Just cry. Right? So they can't always get it done because the game is so tough and the fucking focus is on, so other guys have to step up. They're fucking NHL guys. They got talent.
Look what you did, Sam.
Jesus
Look
Christ.
what you did.
don't even, that's why the depth, it ain't about your fight. It's about your top guy. What the fuck can't Edmonton? Why are they going to lose to Dallas? Because they don't have the support system. And a fucking no goalie, but that's beside the point.
I understand. I didn't realize that was gonna create such a stir. But anytime I
because you
bring up
don't
numbers,
fucking
you
give
just shut
respect.
down. You
Because
just
you
shut
don't.
down.
You know what? You respect the fucking stat line. You don't respect at the end of the day the fucking championships. Right? I look and see, does this guy have a championship? Because then he's got pedigree. I could give a fuck how many goals he's got.
Jesus Christ.
He's gonna step up because he's gonna beat. Do you not get it? Does anybody? Am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. Because it helps being on good teams. It helps being on fucking Tampa Bay with all those great players. It does.
Oh my God! And
just
then
like it helped you, D-Mac.
What
Just
are
like
you
it helped
fucking
you.
talking about? But go ask Hedman and Stamkos and all those. Without those guys, they don't get the cup either.
Watch
You
yourself,
fucking
Sam. Watch
shitbox.
And without
they're Edmonton. Detroit's Edmonton. Without the grind, do you not understand? Every fucking team needs those support guys more. Not in the regular season. We can go on vacation. It's the fucking playoffs when it matters. Why? Because the going gets, and if you can't understand that or get that, that's the pedigree.
I gave Barkley Goudreau credit. I was impressed. And am I allowed to say
because you don't understand that, he's just doing what he does in the playoffs.
Am I allowed to say this? Because it's from Detroit Dabber, who everybody loves and just adores, and everybody hates my take.
Shout out.
Lafreniere showed up after a couple games, still waiting on Zibanejad. I was just about to say, Lafreniere is growing up right before our eyes. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah, because Lafreniere is a number one overall fucking draft pick, you fucking shitbox.
I know
That's supposed to play top 6 minutes, and now he's finally coming into his own, which they need the support staff that they're counting on is why they give him all the minutes.
What's happening right now?
You donkey.
Oh.
Jeez, come on, Sam, use your head.
Hey. You know,
and you know why that is? Because that year, and if you look around, and I just know this from standing next to Chris Draper yesterday, but all those kids that suffered through COVID and missed a year or whatever like this are finally coming into their own.
So, Lady James.
Can we move on?
Yes, we can. D-Mac, where do you get that great haircut?
Absolutely awesome is when a guy can walk right from this desk, right next door to a Lady Jane's and get this done. That's all I got. You all can do it too. Because you know it's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in anytime. It's wicked off.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automated solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number, 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring, call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work of people who have been proven to care. Business, pleasure, playoff hockey. They don't care. Grind line, whatever it takes. Guardian Alarm's there for you. Your local security experts, but I need you to call the number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Stay out of the strike zone, Jared Jones.
Stay out of Game 6, Dallas.
Yeah, stay out of getting injured, school or Carpenter, please. We need you.
Yeah, wait.
Stay out, Ken Holland.
Guardian Alarm, local security experts, tell Big D Energy we sent you.
Welcome back to Big D Energy Live on the
got you,
Woodward
Spenny.
Sports Network. If you guys didn't get a chance to tune into the last segment, rewind. It was there was some fireworks and it was a lot of fun.
Can I just start this before
Yes,
you get
of
going?
course,
Because
of course.
this is imperative, Sam.
Of course.
That is the second thing that has irritated me. The most irritating. Check this shit out. Okay? Check this out. A kid got suspended in the OHL in the Canadian Hockey League for using the word pussy.
What? That's like commonplace
Listen,
in hockey, right?
Commonplace.
I don't even
Bro,
blame-
that's like saying, that's like me in the last segment go, oh, Sam, that's silly. I'm just saying, what the, now, here's the whole, here's the problem, Spenny. So, the context of the situation, a kid comes back from a separated shoulder. Kid on the other team says, hey, I'm going to re-injure that shoulder. And the kid says, no, you won't. You're too big of a pussy.
Yeah.
Right? Like that.
Sounds about right.
Now, here's the issue. Kid got 5 games. Why? Because the ref reported it. Now, is it, like, am I losing my mind because not only I thought I couldn't play because, but is that, like, are we not
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
in the,
Yeah,
like,
let him
as
shoot, man.
competitors, like, is that, like, not taking it too far? And then it's, like, going around and talking and, right, like, somebody called somebody a shrimp, and they're like, don't call him a shrimp. That's, you know, like,
What?
like, that's what I'm saying.
You got to let people
On the
chirp.
ice or in the court or on the field, emotions set side. When I call somebody, like, you know, a sea sucker or you know, an MFer or whatever,
Or a donkey.
it's gone. It's not that I believe it. It's just I'm trying to get under the skin. Or no, the donkey is legitimate.
I mean,
But am I out? I guess I'm maybe old guy on my lawn being old, but like you could help me with this, guys. Like because this is the most egregious thing to me.
Yeah, it's soft.
And listen. We're not talking about racially distributed. We know what not to say.
Yeah.
We've all grown up, and that was never acceptable. But am I out of? Are we like? Is this too far?
This is too far.
too far.
Way too.
Even for you, Sam?
Well, of course. Yes, of course. And hey, I actually have to agree with something Shad says. It's a miracle. Calling someone a pussy in hockey is proper etiquette. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I didn't play hockey, but, you know, played a little high school football. But
you
yeah.
would understand that terminology.
100%.
To that, right? Like,
I've heard worse.
Hey,
oh my
like,
God.
come on, man.
100%.
Like, come on.
When I was in high school, they first started to integrate stupid shit like this. And it started with just swear words in general. And now you can't even say anything pretty much. When, like, because I still am technically under the ban of USA Hockey at college, you can't say shit. When you start talking shit, they immediately say, we're about to give you a 10-minute misconduct. Shut up. And if you don't shut up, they're giving you a 10-minute misconduct.
What is that?
And it's ridiculous. And it just makes it so that everything is even more tactical when it is there is chirps, and everything's behind the ref's back, and there are kids getting away with the cheapest shit because they don't let us chirp, and it is a direct result and direct correlation of the fact that they are so restrictive that there is so much stuff that happens behind the play and that the refs don't see. It's absolutely criminal.
I was about to say, you've got the experience. You play club hockey in college. I mean, even now, that's probably just like how people talk to each other when they're allowed to, like on the ice.
Oh, yeah. If there's refs that are letting shit go, there is no shortage of talking.
But
our coach has to tell us to stop talking because it gets to be a distraction.
But let me ask you this question. What is the game more, when it's allowed, the temperament and the sticks and the dirtiness and the cheapness of the game is lower?
I agree, 100%.
Right? Like there's an accountability there. So like I said, I hold the, like, what the is the referees?
Yeah, that's some whole ass.
Like I get the mandate like anything else, but you're gonna be this like that's, to me, on this Angel Hernandez retiring or getting kicked out week in the MLB, like, it's the officials.
Yeah.
That got to be like, because they are the ones that, and then I don't care if it's college or high school or whatever, that set the tone.
Yeah.
To what's allowed and what's not allowed.
And now he's suspended for 5 games. Is that without pay? Do you know?
Well, it's Canadian, so I don't think they get paid.
But
anyway,
either way, that's some
But
whole
it's like
ass shit.
5 playoff games, like 10 regular season games.
Yeah.
I mean, just ridiculous.
5 playoff games. That's a series.
You get suspended more for saying pussy than you would for cross-checking a guy in the head.
If I had $1 every time I got called a pussy on the ice, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, it's and we were all from a little bit of a different time than you, Korean Jesus.
Maybe stop being a pussy.
Hey,
maybe you stop being a pussy, Spenmo.
You're going to get suspended for 5 shows. You better stop. Yeah.
Hey, shout out Rod Beard,
you promise?
Yeah.
Pussy. Suspend me. Fuck. Pussy.
Hey, that's what doing 2 shows with me does to you. That's
Yeah.
But no, shout out Rod Beard for dropping a pussyfooting one day on Wake Up Woodward. That was very unexpected, but you know.
Thank you for that, because I like, that's the bigger problem.
It's some pussy shit.
That's pussy shit.
Yeah.
Spenny,
It
bottom
really
line,
is.
right?
That ref is a pussy.
Let the kids play. Let the kids have fun. Let
That ref
hockey
is a
be
pussy
hockey.
and a snitch.
That's true.
Is it like that in basketball, or is it like that in?
Man, what?
I gotta think this right? Like, it can't be that way.
You know what I've heard playing just pick up basketball? Not organized basketball at all. Like the things I've heard.
Good stuff.
Yeah, of course.
That's the stuff,
Like,
Kenny,
come on,
that
man.
I take back to the rink, to the boy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's the underground shit.
You damn right.
They'd be like, ooh. Thank you.
Honestly, I heard the worst insults of my life being
In the
playing
back room when I was sitting beside you? No.
playing pickup basketball and
Right.
being one of the few white kids who couldn't jump and would get his shit stuffed by like 5'9" people.
Oh, yeah.
it was the worst.
They was making fun of your ass.
Oh, it was the worst. But you know what? You persevere. And then what you do is you don't blow those layups when you get them for you. You play good fundamental basketball because...
You missed the layups. They gonna talk about you.
Oh, dude, it was the absolute
whole
worst.
game.
It was the absolute worst because, like I said, I can't jump over a phone booth. I can't dunk on like a 9'5"
Away fan, Ash, best chirps, or there's a lot of good chirpers or whatever, but one of my favorites, and I tell the story in my book. Sean Burr, God rest his soul, is on a face-off in St. Louis with their tough guy, Kelly Chase. And these both guys just chirp.
Yeah.
Right? They're both talkers. Chase backs it up. Bursey doesn't really fight, but Chase is so mad because Bursey's running around. He's cross-checking him, and it's on the face-off in their end. He's cross-checked. He's going, Burr, puck drops. We're going to fight. Bursey's like, no, we won't. Cross-check. You know, like this. He goes, come on, Burr, you pussy. Puck drops. We're going to fight. I'm fighting you.
Oh,
and he goes, if you don't drop your gloves right now, I'm going to jump you like this. And Kelly Chase says, you know what? If you're not going to fight me now, I'm going to find you at the bar and beat the shit out of you later.
Damn.
Bursey goes, that'll never happen. He goes, and Chase goes, what do you mean? He goes, I don't hang out in gay bars. Hey, literally, Spenny, 10 guys on the ice are fucking laughing. The ref can't drop the puck because he's laughing so hard. And then Chase takes a 2-minute penalty because he's so pissed off. But like, there's shit like that. You know?
That's great.
The other one, great one, was when Sean Avery was traded to LA. before the game, before you get to their locker room, whatever, the back training room, and he was coming in and say hi to Stevie, Shanny, and Bud Drapes, and first, ask him stuff like this. Well, Sean Avery's one of those chirpers that whatever, and the game gets going. And I always sat closest to the other team's bench, so Shanny's coming off the ice, and Avery stops at the bench, and he's just chirping Shanny, just you, Shanny, this, that, this, and that, and Shanny's just taking, and then he looks and he goes, Sean, were you just not in our locker room before the game telling us how much you hate your teammates and your coach sucks and this and that and whatever, right in front of the teammates and stuff like that, and skates off, and the whole team, you look at them and they're just like eyeballing Sean, like, oh yeah, we know you were.
Yeah.
So there's civil ways to do it. Some of the best that have done it, but those are two good ones.
Pigeon is a classic. Calling someone a pigeon.
And you know what? I think the Way fan wraps it up in a nice little bow before we get to NFC North running backs. And this is why we love BDE. And you know what? We all love you too. We all love every single one of you, including you, Shad, who it's a love-hate relationship. But I actually read one of your comments today, and you actually did pretty well. But if any of you guys need insurance, we know where to go, D-Mac.
Oh, absolutely. Where are we going? Swiss?
Yes.
Yeah, now more than ever, it's critical to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance, make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698 or SwissINS.com.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Planet Fitness is home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for only $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Welcome back to Big D Energy live on the Woodward Sports Network. It has been a spirited last couple of segments. That is for damn sure. And before we move on into NFC North running backs, which is a really, really fun topic, and when I was doing a little bit of research for it, you realize the NFC North's got some damn good running backs. But Lloyd Ostrander, I love it that you have to see my face today. Thanks for the rating. Anywho, NFC North running backs. The Detroit Lions have a couple of them that are very, very good and we're very, very high on. So, D-Mac, I'm going to ask you the question first. Who is the best running back in the NFC North?
I think that you want to go specifically or whatever, then I'm going to give it to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Sure.
But I look at units. I don't separate him and Montgomery.
Yeah.
So that puts them over Thunder and Lightning to whatever else, what they do together. And I think they've proven it. And I think that Ben Johnson really opened, we've seen it's so valuable. And then the biggest thing is if they're both healthy, then just different looks that they can throw at it. But no, if I could have any of the running game in the NFC, it's and there's a lot of talent. Don't get me wrong, but it's ours. It's ours.
Sure.
From what we've seen last year, David Montgomery came in and was everything as advertised.
And then some.
He's getting better. Mm-hmm. These guys are all getting better. So if I was I know you make me pick one or whatever, I'd say Jahmyr Gibbs because I think that what we saw was just the beginning he's gonna crack. I mean, legitimately, what do you put on him all purpose? Like 12, 13?
Yeah.
Definitely. In a successful,
probably more than that. Yeah.
Spenny, like, and here's the difference, right? You just realize when you are good, when you legitimately, you will undervalue.
Yeah.
Right? You'll be like, oh, okay, I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but he can get there. It could be 12 to 15 all day.
Oh, 100%. He damn near had 1,300 last year. But
That's what I'm saying.
Jahmyr Gibbs was absolutely fantastic, and that's pretty much the consensus around the chat right now. Most people are saying Gibbs, but I definitely appreciate you lumping Gibbs and Montgomery into a duo because that's 100% a fair answer as well. Because as a running back duo, you can't really beat them in NFL, really.
Isn't it unique, though?
Yeah.
Right? You always want thunder and lightning. So they can give it, like, because what would it usually be? Let's get it inside the 5, and or we'd have to get it to the 5 so Jamal could pound it in because he's only going to get it in from 1 or 2 or whatever like this. Now you got Montgomery carrying guys in from 5 or 6, or you got Gibbs from out there, or if we get to the 1, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right? Montgomery, he falls forward for 3 yards every play. Spenny, how many times last year were we watching? We sat there and watched him every play. You ever see him? I said to you, if he falls backwards or loses yards, let me know.
Yeah. His yards after contact are insane. That is a big thing. The first guy at the point of attack isn't going to stop DeMont. But I'm going with Gibbs, too. He was the most explosive back in the NFL last year. He had the most carries of over 20 yards in the entire NFL. And it was just impressive to watch. I think he's going to take more of that lead role next year. They're going to be using him more. He didn't even really get off in the passing game like we thought he would. Like he had. If you look at his catches at the end of the year, it's like, damn, I didn't think he had that many catches. I think he had like 50 or 60 or something like that.
It didn't seem like it.
But I think he's going to improve that part of his game next year as well. And I could see him at 1,600 plus all-purpose yards easy.
1,600, I think, is more than attainable because I think he will get 1,000 yards this year. That's health dependent, of course, because the running back position, that's you're in a car crash pretty much every single time you carry the ball. But
and just based on how to use them.
Absolutely, KG, are you going to make it a consensus with Jahmyr Gibbs being the best back in the NFC North?
I am not. Because I do agree that Jahmyr Gibbs, of course, the big playability and all the flashy stuff that he does, but right now, if we're going off recency and stats, I would say DeMont. DeMont is the best back in the NFC North, and he gives you everything. He gives you short yardage. He gives you big plays. He can do it all. Like he's a really good all-around back, and it is great that we do have a Jahmyr Gibbs behind him, in which, like you said, is the lightning. He can give you those big plays out of the backfield, along with just being able to run between the tackles and outside. But DeMont has been a complete running back since he has been behind this offensive line, man. So I got to say DeMont right now.
That's fair. I would go Gibbs, but I can't hate you for the DeMont take. And obviously, even throughout the beginning of the season, I think a lot of us, or I'm just going to speak for myself, didn't think he was capable of a 75-yard touchdown run. But he did it.
Yeah.
He had probably the greatest run of the season. Hey, he had a couple big runs, but that 75-yarder was probably the best run of the season and definitely the best run of his career. And he showed off a burst that I didn't even know that he had. And certainly, I wasn't as big of a DeMont person before the season, but he proved me wrong.
Yeah.
DeMont got behind a better offensive line and averaged 4.6 yards per carry, over 1,000 yards. He was absolutely phenomenal. Korean Jesus, best running back in the NFC North. What do you got?
I got Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm on the train. You can't take me off. I think that he is the best. I think he's the best talent for sure, and I think you'll see him reach the level, I believe, on the field where you can claim that he is the best running back in the NFC North.
Here's what I love, right? Just even breaking it down to like the value to each other, because you know what, like Monty running hard softens those guys up.
Mm-hmm.
So Gibbs, like when you give Gibbs a little bit, like this much outside with speed, where a guy's got to reach for him instead of being in.
He's gone.
Yeah.
But they help each other, and then the susceptibility. So it's going to be very interesting. Again, it's just all about staying healthy.
Exactly. Keeps him healthy. Keeps him fresh.
Being available. But the beauty is we know if one of them is not, what the other one can do in its place, and I think that's what makes it's not a wrong answer for both.
Yeah.
No, and I see Brandon Katz mentioning Josh Jacobs. And for the record, I'm not a Josh Jacobs hater or anything like that. I just look at hey, fair enough. He had 805 yards last year on 3.5 yards per carry, and he missed some games. I'm not saying that was all his fault, and obviously he was hampered by injury, and playing for the Raiders isn't the easiest thing in the world, but I can't put him at number one or even really top 2 or 3 in the
He's
NFC
not better
North
than
for now.
Aaron Jones, technically.
I would put Aaron Jones if he's healthy over Josh.
Aaron Jones, one of the craziest stats about him is that he averages 5 yards per carry for his career. And he's had 3,000-yard seasons. It's not like he's carrying the ball 150 times. This guy gets every down back type of carries. And even last year he had some injury issues. He missed some games. He came on really strong at the end of the year, and I believe he had 228 yards and rushing in 2 combined playoff games on about 6 yards per carry. Aaron Jones
He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
if he can
that's
stay
the only
healthy,
problem.
he'd be a dog.
Yeah.
And what was it? Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing 2 years ago.
2022.
But he had like 350 carries.
Yeah.
Like it was an insane amount of carries
His
that he
volume,
had that
yeah.
year. I remember I had him on my fantasy team. He was a dog, but he was getting the ball 30 times a game.
To be fair, though, he did average 5 yards per carry.
Yeah.
So he made the most of his large amount of carries, but that's going to wear a running back down. And I think that might have had something to do with the fact that he missed 4 games last year and had a disappointing season. But for the record, maybe the Packers with their go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't blame Josh Jacobs for what happened last year because the Raiders, he was in a bad scheme. After, obviously, I can't even remember. Scott McDaniels left and Antonio Pierce took over. It's not the best offensive scheme. He didn't have a quarterback who could throw the ball, so they didn't have to worry about it, even though they had 2 great wide receivers.
They just stacked the box.
They were just stacking the box, So, and their offensive line sucked.
And he might thrive in Green Bay. I wouldn't put that past him at all. And maybe next year going into the season, we're having a different conversation. But I personally, if I were to give my top 5 really quick, I won't elaborate too much. I'd go Jahmyr Gibbs number 1. I think this guy, by the end of the season, you could be looking at him as a top 3 back in the NFL.
I agree.
You saw way more, I would say, out of the running game from him than you expected. You saw more between the tackles. You obviously saw the burst that we all knew was there. You saw the power. You saw him throw Antoine Winfield Jr. just because he could. And I'm not saying, and I get it, that's just an anecdotal moment, but that showed a lot to me. And I also expect him to get more targets and get more involved in the receiving game this year, especially because the Lions got rid of Josh Reynolds, and those targets are going to have to be spread about. I know J-Mo is going to get some, but Jahmyr Gibbs I could see get some as well. Number 2, I would personally go Aaron Jones, then D-Mont, then Josh Jacobs, and then DeAndre Swift, who I think gets a little bit disrespected, but DeAndre Swift did have 1,000 yards.
I don't even think DeAndre Swift is going to be the best running back in his own team.
I don't think he's going to play a whole season.
How many games does he play?
Well, last year 12? He played a lot.
I think
I was going to say 12.
Yeah. I think Roshan Johnson's going to be a better back than DeAndre Swift next year.
Damn. That's a bold take.
I'll tell you what, though. As much as I don't think they have the high-end running backs that the rest of the division has, 5, 6, and 7, I would probably go Swift, Herbert, and then Roshan Johnson.
Yeah. I agree.
They've got a bit of a 3-headed monster, and Herbert and Swift are more like finesse backs, but Roshan Johnson is just an absolute hammer.
He's a dog.
He's 100% a hammer. But yeah, the point is that Jahmyr Gibbs, the way he was able to progress last year and what he's shown me leads credence to that he's the best running back in the NFC North to me. And even the numbers with the 20-plus yard carries, with the 10 touchdowns, with the numbers, with the 5 yards per carry. Jahmyr Gibbs, I think personally, I mean, would you guys all agree that Jahmyr Gibbs, at least to some extent, exceeded expectations?
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying...
He almost had 1,000 yards as a backup running back.
I was saying mid-season, and if you guys watch me in a different life on this network, and people thought that it was hate towards David Montgomery, but it wasn't. I think Jahmyr Gibbs passed David Montgomery on his own team after the Raiders game.
I agree.
He finally got that opportunity to carry a whole workload. I know he kind of did against Atlanta, but to really carry a whole workload and thrive against the Raiders. And he was the best player on the field.
Yeah.
He absolutely dominated. And we all know how talented he is, being the number 12 overall pick. The speed, the power, the explosiveness, the burst. I think he showed great vision. He can follow blocks. He's patient. This man has it all from the running back position. The only thing he maybe doesn't have is size, but he just has to avoid taking too many hits, and that's where David Montgomery comes in to maybe lessen the workload a little bit. But I think that's how the Lions are going to want to use them both this year, as a little bit of a tandem. Yeah. But I would probably want Jahmyr Gibbs getting the lion's share of the touches, or at least the majority, because I think
until it's time. And I don't think it's to change it up, but I think it's to bring in the hammer,
Mhm.
right? Because the hammer soft. I think that David Montgomery and what he did last year and stuff like it, he's got to seal it
Yeah.
to what it is, but his ceiling opens Gibbs up even more, right?
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
don't have to bell cow him
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Our only guy you can, because Monty can. You know,
Yeah.
who's the
He
guy
could be
that
a
who's the
three-down
guy
back.
you want to get the ball with
Yeah.
the lead with the 2-score lead late, right?
Monty.
Just keep feeding this guy. You don't
Yep.
want to feed Gibbs and stuff like this, but these guys are gonna, and we saw it, Sam. You're exactly right, because that what that Raider game gave you is that yes, he's everything we thought he was, but how he's more of the Fedorov, right? He's
Fair.
more of the
Hey.
Fedorov. So how do you
Yeah.
make the Fedorov the best right player out there? Is you surround him and you give him some support.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and shout out to Brad Holmes again for that pick, which I didn't even like at the time. But you know what? We're gonna memory hole that all from existence at some point. We all love the Jahmyr Gibbs pick. But coming up next, you guys want to do your top five?
Why
Top five.
with the ones of us that sat there and went, you know, trust in Brad, don't fucking downgrade the ones of us that liked it just because you fucking got it wrong, bro. Like,
Yes,
just
Sam.
admit to it. You were wrong.
Yes, Sam.
Just say I was wrong. I was one of those ones that was wrong, because we're never gonna forget
That's
the
fair.
fact that you right. The same thing as your Jameson Williams and all this other stuff. There's accountability and there's a day of reckoning coming, Sam. So the quicker you stand up to it and own it that
Yup.
you were fucking wrong, we can move on. Just like I was right when I'm sending you to Glorious Cannabis, the new Glorious Ice Water Bubble Hash Pre-Roll. Now with diamonds, I could use about 5 right now.
Yes.
Constantly pushing to create the best Canada experience. Perfect boost comes to the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flower with only the highest terps, making the best better. Glorious Cannabis, check us out at your local retailer. That'd be Dispo or GloriousCanna2Ns.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Hey, they can help out me when I needed a new car, and they can help out Matt Broder when he needed a new car. So, and they made the process so easy and pain-free. So if you guys have any car issues and just need to at least take a look, go to Feldman Chevrolet. They will take care of you. Welcome back to Big D Energy live on the Woodward Sports Network. We are about to get into our top 5 list for the week.
Top
which
five,
is,
top five,
hey,
top five.
I think it's the first top 5 I've been a part of in a long time. Sir, I think the first one I've been on the desk. So I'm just looking forward to how this goes and how I know the chat really enjoys it.
Spenny, tell them why we do top 5.
Because it's half as boring as the top 10 list.
Bam.
Hey, you knew I wasn't going to say it, but you know what? It's all well and good because I'm adaptable. I'm a chameleon. Every show, I adapt or die, right? But anywho, who wants to get started today with their top 5 pizza toppings, by the way?
I'll go first.
Spencer Raxter goes first.
All right, my top 5 pizza toppings. Ryan used a picture.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Loving that picture, though. Is that prom or
That was
homecoming?
prom, yeah.
Hey.
That was senior prom.
You got buffs on?
I had the buffs on.
Hey,
Yeah. They were mine.
shout
They
out.
were
That
my,
was back in the boy band days.
they were my boy Chico's, who was next to me. He got cropped out. Shout out Chico.
Shout out Chico, man.
But yeah, my top 5 5 pizza toppings. At number 5, I have onion. I love onion on pizza. If you put it on with a supreme pizza, put it on with any different type of meat, I think onion is a fantastic pizza topping to throw on your pizza. Number 4, I got green pepper. Again, I love green pepper. I think it goes good with bacon. It goes good with pepperoni. It goes good with ham. Anything you want to put it with, green pepper is a top topping in my mind. And number 3, I have bacon. Bacon is better. Bacon is better than pepperoni. Give me a bacon piece of pizza any day of the week. Pepperoni is overrated. Get pepperoni out of here. I'm taking bacon. I'm taking sausage over pepperoni any day.
Benny, the good thing is that you don't have to disparage anything else in order. You can add whatever you want.
For sure.
Bacon, you're rolling right now. Keep going.
And number 2, I got mushrooms. Mushrooms are my favorite standalone pizza topping.
Oh.
If I need a pizza with one topping on it, I'm getting mushrooms. Mushrooms are my favorite by far. I can eat mushrooms out of the can. I love mushrooms. They are delicious. And then at number 1, this is a niche slice. This is the Euro pizza. If you're in East Lansing, if you're around Michigan State's campus, go to Giorgio's. They sell pizza by the slice. Yep. There used to be one right on the edge of Gunson. I lived on Gunson for 2 years. I heard it's not there anymore, but there are 2 different Giorgio locations in Michigan State. Euro pizza. Instead of the red sauce, it's got tzatziki sauce. It's got pieces of Euro meat, full things of tomato, chopped up onions, and basil. It is the best piece of pizza you will eat in your entire life. Shout out Giorgio's in East Lansing. Shout out Euro Pizza.
So, Spenny, great list. It's on brand and stuff. So, if I was to ask you one topping that is not allowed, you'd say pepperoni?
I would say pepperoni.
That's good. And at the end of your list, give out the one that you can't have on your.
Well, it's definitely number 2 on his list. I'm big hating on mushrooms.
Big hating on well, you go next, Kenny.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Yep. So Kenny's no mushrooms around Kenny's pie.
You damn right.
But this is Kenny's
cut
pie.
your hand off. Don't do it. But my top 5 list at number 5, feta cheese.
That's a good one.
One of the most underrated toppings you can put on a pizza, man. You put that feta cheese on there, it makes it slap that much more. Number 4, chicken. I mean, it's versatile. It works. Barbecue chicken, regular chicken, you throw chicken on there, it just works, man. At number 3, banana pepper is my favorite pepper to put on pizza. Spendy, I love the green pepper take. I will also add green pepper as an honorable mention, onion as well, but banana pepper, I can just do a banana pepper pizza, honestly, man. These top 3, I can really just do solo toppings. Number 2, cupped, aka old world pepperoni. I do like regular pepperoni, but the cup pepperoni, it hit different, man. Something about that cup pepperoni, man. And at number 1, bacon. I put that shit on everything. Bacon it's so versatile. You can put it on any type of pizza, and that is my top 5 list.
Solid.
I like it.
Yeah.
Solid as can be.
Very American.
I'll go next.
Go ahead.
I will start. Pineapple.
Hey.
Oh, there it is.
Picture, though. Got the mullet in full effect.
Oh, dude. So when I see that, that's fucking drinking days right there.
Yeah.
That is fucking Spenny. You wanted to hang with him for a couple days. He was a party, but disheveled. Look at the difference in
I can see it. Right.
Even with this hair. Right? Exactly.
Glow up.
Anyways, pineapple. I am a pineapple lover.
I'm not mad at it.
Kenny, I like cold pineapple on the pizza, whatever like
heat
that.
it up,
That
man.
citrus cut, whatever. Either way.
Yeah.
But I will like pineapple. I agree. Green peppers. Green peppers just absorb and just like elevate. I love green peppers raw, anyways. Stuff like this. Bacon. Money, bacon. Have it no matter what.
Damn
Put
right.
that shit on everything. Bacon just enhances the pie. I'm a mushroom guy too, Spenny.
Oh, yeah.
Love my pies with mushroom, stuff like this. And yes, I agree. The Green Lantern cup pepperonis, the little ones.
Thank you.
Yeah, Green Lantern has one of the best slices of
Shout
pie
out
to
Green
a
Lantern.
pepperoni. Shout out to them. My one, don't ever come near my pizza with an olive.
Ooh.
An olive.
Oh, I'm with you there.
I will fucking kill you.
I like black olives.
Kenny, you
on
talking
pizza.
about choke some? No, I will stab
I
you.
feel you.
I like black olives.
Well,
on
Flannel,
pizza.
you know what to put on this pizza, so.
Oh.
I get there's a 5 topping. There's a deal. Shout out Franco's. It's in Centerline. Fantastic pizza. They do a 2 topping, 5 topping deal. My 5 topping, I do bacon, green pepper, mushroom, black olive. Or it's
Yeah.
4 topping. Yeah.
I'm not mad at the olive. It's not my favorite, but I'll eat it though. It's not my most favorite though.
I guarantee my hate of all is greater than your hate of mushroom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Probably.
D-Mac hates olives more than anything.
Korean.
I love olive oil.
Korean Jesus. Even though we shouldn't bother you because you're too busy with Korean shit. What's your list?
All right. Well, let's get it cooking.
No, we not skipping past that. What's up with this picture, bro?
Hey, this is pre-beer Justin. It definitely is a bad picture,
On
but
his boat in Petoskey.
That's Petoskey boating.
Yeah.
look at that smile. Of course, it's Petoskey boating. All right. At number 5, we got Italian sausage.
Not mad at it.
An
I
absolute
got some Italian
classic
sausage for you.
staple. Nothing really to touch on there. Pepperoni, you guys touched on that enough. I want to go to number 3
Oh, you
because there
sick
is
bastard.
nothing like a
Meatballs. You
good
sick
meatball
bastard.
on a piece of pizza.
Good one.
It is just the
Never had
mixture
meatballs on pizza.
of how the
You like
texture
meaty
is
balls?
just so good and just melts right in your mouth. Love
hey,
mayo. Number 2, I'm gonna go
Kevin, you
steak.
getting all these cuts?
When you get steak on a pizza, if you've ever tried it, it's an underrated topping. You might not think it goes on pizza, but
steak
I
is
love it. I think it's got a nice tenderness to it, and it's just a nice combo. And then number 1,
Just cheese.
I am a firm believer. If it's good pizza, it doesn't need toppings. You can eat a cheese pizza if it's a good pizza. And at number 1, cheese.
I like it. I like your conviction.
I
like
can't
it.
be mad at it. I can't.
I'm sort of the meatballs is sort of probably like ground beef, Spenny, but more. I don't know. I'd be interested in ordering a
can't
meatball.
do it.
Yeah, I've
pizza.
never
See
had
what it is.
meatball on a
You've
pizza.
never had a meatball pizza?
No.
Really?
That's not a normal thing.
No, I mean it sounds.
I just save the. I
didn't
just have
even-
I order a sub. I order a meatball sub.
I mean, that's valid, but I figure that's more commonplace. I've been getting a meatball pizza since I was a kid. My dad
Crazy.
prefers meatball
we
pizzas.
chop pull
From
that?
where? Where do you get
Spenny,
the
can we
meatball
chop
pizza?
pull that?
Yeah.
Are people aware of this?
I get
meatball
it at my
pizza?
favorite pizza place, Tomatoes a Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I am a pizza aficionado as well, and I will die on that hill. If you go to try Tomatoes and you like thin crust pizza and you don't like it, you can come at me if you want, and I will pay for your pizza.
No, tomatoes.
I'm going to go buy a pizza and say I don't like it, so you got to pay for it.
Hey, there
Pretty
you go. Hey, you gotta love it. And oh, here we go. Chat poll. I'm gonna vote yes.
You had a meatball pizza?
I have not, but I'm going to vote that it is a topping because I think it would be really good.
No, the question is, have
What
you
the
had a
fucking
meatball
read the
pizza?
read the question, you idiot!
Flannel.
What a fucking clown!
Good job,
Come
Flannel.
on, honest mistake. You know what?
All right, let's see your list.
Oh, let's see my list.
Oh, look at Flannel.
Is that a blank? Hold on, man.
No, it's a black and mild.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, those are some. That was
You was a black and mild smoker, man. It better be wood tip. It
That
better
was
be
more-
wood
Is
tip.
that your
That's a
bachelor party?
plastic tip.
That was his bachelor
That was
party.
after Michigan one, right?
no. That was after Mahomes got sued.
Oh,
MVP number 2.
yeah.
You was partying hard that night.
That was a. But
Oh,
yes,
shit.
I identify very strongly
All meat
with Korean Jesus, right? With Korean Jesus. I know you're too
He
far
said
to
it
dap
on
me up.
Friday, bro.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you there.
All meat, no
straight
sides.
meat,
All meat, no sides.
I had all meat too, other than cheese. So
He told us on Friday he did. All meat, no sides,
All
bro.
meat, no sides.
At Easter dinner in I'll get to this in a second. At Easter dinner of 2023, just ham. My plate just consisted of ham.
Come
ham.
on, man.
Hey,
No mac and cheese?
no mac and cheese, and there
he
was
don't fuck with no
and there
sides.
was a Euro meat too. So that was pretty nice. I was trying to keep it a little low carb at the time, so that was a little bit of context, but still, all meat, no sides. Hey, number 5, ham.
You gotta appreciate
Ham does not suck.
Ham sucks.
Mushroom
I'm
sauce.
taking pepperoni over ham any day of the week.
Thank
You damn right. You damn right you are.
Hey, number 4, sausage, and number 3, ground beef. Although
I can't get over it's all meat.
at number 2, Italian.
Don't you bring no fucking salad this way.
All right, Ryan. I either typed this wrong or Ryan Lentz did it wrong.
shit.
Italian beef. That's supposed to be my number 2. They have that. They have that Uno Pizzeria. That's in. I believe it's on like 19 Mile and Mound or something like that. It's got a Chicago style pizza. Love the Italian beef. And at number 1, Pepperoni, of course. I'm a
Damn
connoisseur of the classics.
Classic, man.
I'm a classic.
So
Connoisseur of meat.
anything vegetable or anything else is not touching your pizza, or what do you
right.
despise?
Not one vegetable will ever touch my pizza.
I think vegetables are better pizza toppings than meat.
I could not disagree
Tomato
more.
sauce counts as a vegetable, people.
No,
Yeah, it
No,
does.
it does. No, well,
If
I
I,
don't think
were to
it does.
put vegetables on pizza, it would be lettuce.
What?
Lettuce?
lettuce?
Okay, Flannel, you lost me. I'm off the highway. What? I'm off the highway. I've taken the exit.
I'm gonna take this time to just use a Neil rule line. That is so on brand.
I know.
it is
I know.
very.
Lettuce.
Lettuce on pizza is wild, dude. What?
I got it. Come on, bro. I gotta give you the X-Files for that.
You know what? I'll put lettuce on everything. On literally everything, I will put lettuce.
Lettuce doesn't have any taste.
Lettuce has no nutritional value.
You gonna
Lettuce
water
is-
down the pizza with the fucking
Hey,
lettuce.
lettuce is my superfood.
That soggy ass pizza.
Just
That pizza
All-
soggy
hey,
as shit with that.
all the
fucking lettuce on
nutrients
there.
and everything Sam gets. No one, he's built by lettuce.
said
Look at that.
lettuce.
Oh, yeah.
Body by lettuce.
What?
And you
All
wonder
meat and
why.
lettuce.
You wonder why you're getting chirped on the basketball court with your 3-inch.
That's why you can't make no layups on that damn lettuce and
Jesus.
all meat, no protein.
You know what? That might be the case, and I apologize, Ryan Lenz. I looked it over. I messed it up. Not Ryan.
Yeah, way to go.
Way to,
I know,
way
I
to
know.
put somebody under the bus and then run them over and then say, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah, you take your lettuce and you get out of here.
Take your lettuce and go.
Let me tell you about Premier Pet Supply. 'Cause
Thank
Premier
you.
Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers, with one major difference: they're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 plus years. They got 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Let us tell you what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years. You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service the customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford and Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, welcome back to Big D Energy Live on the Woodward Sports Network. And to say that the chat is not in my favor is an understatement.
What else is new?
Hey, what else is new? That is all right. Mike G, Sam hates veggie roll player toppings. That's a pretty good one. Dark Cash to Neil, your job is safe. That's fair. Maybe if I had different pizza toppings, but no, Neil Rule is 100%. The GOAT, Brandon Katz, not the real Brandon Katz, the Bizarro Brandon Katz. Lettuce and meat, you eat it with ketchup too. I have had ketchup on pizza before.
God.
It's not a regular. Lettuce isn't a regular either.
You out of control.
The
man.
nastiest thing I've seen someone do to a piece of pizza is when I was at karate. This kid took the cheese off of his pizza,
Hell
like
no.
all the cheese off of it, and put Go-Gurt on it. And
Oh.
it's like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck it.
it's-
He's a serial killer.
He's a little
Yeah.
dirtball kid.
Get
Yeah.
arrested for that.
Let's get it
Jeffrey
straight.
Dahmer.
Kenny, all the real people smoke their lettuce.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Right? So
Big facts.
It's all right. Keep eating the lettuce, Sam, one day.
It's my superfood. Sometimes I,
It makes sense.
Hey, Popeye had spinach.
It
Sam got
makes
lettuce.
sense. Built by lettuce.
you know what? Now that I'm in my 30s, you gotta treat your body better.
I guess.
And that's why lettuce, I eat it with almost every single meal.
But you
Oh
eat
my
all
God.
meat,
I
though.
gotta look up lettuce's nutritional value.
It's vegetables, guys.
You want to be better to your body, but you eat all meat.
I mean, well, I can't say I'm consistent. I can't say I have to counteract that with the lettuce. That is.
Bro's been on a meat
Bro.
kick lately.
Oh
You
boy.
got 5 calories per serving.
I can't wait to
There's
get that
more
drop here.
zeros. There's only like total fat 0, cholesterol 0, sodium 0, potassium 2%, carbohydrates 0, dietary fiber 2%, protein 1%, vitamin C 1% or 5%. You get 1% calcium. All right, Sam.
Hey.
By the time you're 129, you'll have the body of a 35-year-old.
If all the meat don't kill him first.
Yeah, true.
Bad cow
Arteries are going to be
disease over here.
clogged.
Right, bad cow disease over here.
And I do drink way too much pop, so that's another.
Flannel drinks more pop than anyone I've ever met.
Oh,
Yeah, that's kind of an issue of mine. But you know-
Lettuce and soda. Wow.
yeah, those are a couple of my weaknesses.
I average 2 pops a day on the low end. I will get to 3 or 4 on a lot of days.
How the fuck you guys?
I drink at least.
I do like pop like that.
I drink 1 pop per meal at least.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
as bad as I used to be. I used to drink the shit breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't do it no more.
So KG, you were probably on my wavelength for about 7 years of my life.
Yeah.
100 ounces every single day, 365 a year.
What I did, I took a year off. No
You said
pop,
that,
just
yeah.
water and juice, man. I'm telling you, it'll change your life.
Was that miserable at first?
It was.
I can only
It was
imagine.
like fucking fiending. I was fiending for it.
Dude, that's
Hey,
good. Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
Rake brings up a great point. You gotta watch your gout, bro.
Oh,
Probably.
That's true.
That is
Yeah.
big facts.
I you know,
And you don't want gout.
Yeah, I know somebody
No.
with gout. Shout out TJ, my bro, man. Yeah, he got it.
I
Bad.
most certainly do not, and I think I'm due for a doctor's appointment pretty soon. We'll see. we'll see. It's been way too long, but it is all well and good. Hey, Stick, I got to give you credit. Hayes Social has the best pizza.
They got great pizza.
Hey, go try pizza at Hayes Social. It
Damn
is.
right.
They got great food in general.
They had great food in general, great atmosphere. It was honestly even better than I thought that it would be. I know Stick hyped it up, but it lived up to everything. So a shout out Stick and a shout out Hayes Social. Stick is one of the hardest working and busiest and most successful people we are all around every single day, even if we fight like cats and dogs on air. But that is to be expected. Greg Allspot, lettuce is sickening.
It is.
I don't know. Like the lettuce hate is a little aggressive.
You eat salad all the
But
time.
I know.
Smitty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
can't
don't
stand
hate
lettuce, bro.
I just hate lettuce on pizza. Is wild.
Yeah.
I don't do it every time. We've had pizza in the office plenty of times.
But you said if you had to choose a vegetable, you'd pick lettuce.
Yes.
That's
That's
crazy.
your only vegetable.
I stand by that.
Over peppers?
Yes, I don't like pepper. I don't like vegetables. I have
That's
the palate of like a
crazy.
12-year-old
You
boy.
don't like vegetables, and
No.
they don't like you.
Yeah.
Both. Well, actually, they probably do like me, and I could probably use some more. But you know what?
Lentz has the same palate. Lentz just eats chicken tenders. That's all he eats.
Oh God.
Hey, chicken tenders.
And glizzies without buns.
Oh,
and
he's a
and cheeseburger. He had a cheeseburger without a bun yesterday.
Oh, he a sicko.
Just eating it on a fork. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Yes. Hey.
Love that guy though.
No, Ryan Lenz is the GOAT. And I messed up, not Ryan. Ryan is much better at his job than I am at mine. Hey, a lot of us can say that,
That
about,
is true.
about Mr. Ryan Lenz.
Lentz is a
Way to go,
wizard.
Flannel.
Absolutely.
We nail him with some truth.
Hey, Mike G, we don't have to do a poll, but dip pizza in ranch or marinara?
Ranch.
Jesus Christ.
Neither. I just like my
No,
Ranch
pizza.
you're
for
ranch,
sure.
you're
Yeah,
ranch,
gotta
yeah.
do ranch.
See, I think you guys are
Breadsticks and marinara.
I think you
Yeah.
guys are psychopaths for putting pizza in ranch. Me personally, I know that's
What
a
if
little
it's
bit
got
more-
lettuce on it?
Then no.
Then it's like a salad.
Aren't you gonna dip your
Yeah.
pizza lettuce slice into the ranch? And then it's like a breadstick
Nah,
salad.
he like it dry.
Jet Square BLT pizza is the best. I
Yeah,
like
like
the
it dry.
Jets barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty
that
good.
shit hits.
Oh yeah.
And shout out, by the way, I know they're not a sponsor anymore, but the Chubby Charlie's pickle pizza, like that wasn't. I wasn't putting on for sponsors back. That shit was good, man. I love pickles, and that pickle pizza was insanely good.
Man, I miss Chubby Charlie's for sure. But shout out shout out to Soroki's, by the way.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Soroki's.
First time I had the biscuits, and
Yeah.
I was told, they lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
They did live up to the hype. We were basically making love with the biscuits back there. We weren't just eating them.
Yes, I would make.
Glad I
love to
wasn't here.
I would make love to those biscuits.
Yeah, you missed the doozy.
Hey, Brady in the back actually said that he would literally make love to the
Yeah.
biscuits.
Shout out to Griffin
Oh,
for
Jesus.
making the Sorokis happen, getting us the Sorokis.
Yeah,
Shout
that
out
shit was
Griffin.
fire, man.
It's on you, brother.
That is on Griffin. Miss you, bud. But Stick in the chat again. Flannel gonna live to 135. Hey, we'll see. They're gonna
On the
interview
all-meat
him
diet.
and ask His secret, he will respond ahead of lettuce and Diet Coke. By then, I'll probably have transitioned to diet, but right now I probably drink too much regular to make it to
diet is
135.
worse than the adorable shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I must have a leg up because I don't drink diet at all.
Yeah.
It's
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't. What is it about diet that makes it so bad?
It's
I don't
the
know.
shit that they put in it.
Yeah, it's the
like,
stuff they put in it to make it sweet without the sugar. Like,
Yeah.
it's like cancer-causing ingredients. and stuff.
Cancer-causing ingredients. Well, you know what? Hey, stick. Ranch is disgusting. You know what?
That's crazy. Ranch is so good. You don't dip like
Ranch is
cheese
good. I
sticks
just don't
in
like
ranch.
it on pizza.
No. I mean, and for the record, to each their own. I'm not going to shame anybody. Like I'm getting shamed.
No,
I
you're
don't do
getting
that.
shamed.
Shout out to Lou at Chubby Charlie's for sure.
You're
Lou's a
definitely
man.
getting shamed, Flannel. I'm sorry.
Hey, it is all well and good. And you know what? That is how I'm the one who said just grab them in the. Oh, that's from Stick.
Okay.
As part of me, or as
I
part
could
of
just
me,
tell that was taking a turn.
as Padme. Everybody's saying it as part of me.
Boy,
I don't know if I'm saying that right.
that escalated quickly.
You know what? I think we need to get back into sports.
Yeah, please.
but you know what? This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun talking to you guys about our pizza preferences. We got a whole couple segments about it. But first, if you want to get the munchies before you have your pizza with lettuce and meat, Darren McCarty, where do you go?
Oh, where are we going? Dispo?
Yes.
Dispo.
Always gotta go. Dispo has lettuce all day long. Say it again, Kenny.
We
Gotta go over to lettuce, help you out to visit where to get the best lettuce. Visit Dispo Dispensary today for deals too good to miss. Meet a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere and shopping experience. Try the freshest inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Come through our stores or order on Dispo Dash today. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com. Your local cannabis plug.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Speaking of pizza, the best pizza in the game is at Soroki's. They also have delicious chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, and we can't get enough of those biscuits. They have locations popping up all over Metro Detroit. You can find any at a mega station near you or go to Sorokis.com to figure out where you can find some closest to you. Soroki's, crispy chicken and pizza.
Welcome back to Big D Energy live on the Woodward Sports Network. I am Flannel Sam filling in for Neil Rule. The man to my left is four-time Stanley Cup champion with the Detroit Red Wings, Darren McCarty. We got KG in the sound booth, Korean Jesus in the chair, and he's cutting up our clips for us and doing a great job on air as always. And we got Spencer Raxter in.
Do we?
Hey,
It looked like we got James.
Hey, we got James, intern James now, with Spencer Raxter giving him his wisdom that he has learned in his many, many years here. And you wouldn't want to learn from very many people other than Spen Mo Rax. While we got a little bit of time, Nate Danielson, first round draft pick from 2023, got called up to the Grand Rapids Griffins. D-Mac,
That's a
what?
great topic because as everybody who didn't know, the Memorial Cup's going on in Saginaw right now and had an event with the grind line yesterday, so I was able to, ask a few questions. This is Chris Draper and a couple of the coaching or a couple of the scouts and stuff like this. And one thing I'll share is the fact that asking about Nate Danielson, who played back in Western Canada this year in his junior team. He actually lost. Portland Trailblazers lost in the Western Conference Finals to the Moose Jaw Warriors, who won last night and are awaiting whoever loses tonight's game, Saginaw, London, to figure out who's going to play in the finals. But Nate Danielson, and this tells you a lot about the kid. When that last game was over, he asked if he could go to Grand Rapids. He wanted to go. It's a lot easier and being back then to put yourself to being 18 or 19 years old to hang out, play golf, hang with your buddies, go drinking, stuff like this. But this kid wanted to stay in the game, wanted to get to Grand Rapids and, be a part of it. It tells you to me just about the pedigree and the culture of these young kids that you might not know who they are. You seen them, you might not see them with the big club for a few years, but this is the culture I'm talking about. So these are hockey players. These are guys that want to be Detroit Red Wings, that this is a priority in their life. And, sometimes it's just not. But I thought that was a telltale sign that this kid just wants to play and get better and get better and get better. And we saw him last year in exhibition. Now he needs some time to mature and to grow and stuff like this. But he's part of that next wave.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of love for Nate Danielson in the chat. Mike G, Nate is a beast. He could be ready, man, and that would certainly be exciting. Detroit Dabber 313. Connor Bedard said Danielson was the toughest player he had to play against. So we obviously saw Connor Bedard pretty much from day one be the best player on a very bad Chicago Blackhawks team. But that says a lot that a guy like Connor Bedard thinks so highly of Nate Danielson. And Korean Jesus, I know that you're pretty tapped into the farm system when it comes to the Detroit Red Wings, specifically the Grand Rapids Griffins. What type of future do you see for a Nate Danielson?
Excuse me. Sorry. I had a little bit of a hiccup
You're all
here.
choked up, eh?
Worried about you, bro.
So Nate Danielson, I actually watched a bunch of his clips off of a Twitter page, Red Wings Prospects, who I follow very, very closely, because it's hard to get information on the Griffins sometimes. But I see a very confident puck carrier and a very important piece to the defensive core at some point. He is a very skilled puck carrier. He's got beautiful edges, and he is a very good complement to what Sider likes to do on the ice. So if in a year or so, if he's ready, he's going to fit our timeline perfectly.
Do you foresee that him being ready that quickly, just from what
I've seen from him in the WHL, he looks like someone who's playing against boys, which is what you're looking for when you're drafting someone that high and you're hoping to have such a big impact. I think that this year, late season call-up would be a dream. If he can start contributing to this team at the end of the season when we need him, when we maybe need a guy, that'd be a dream. But I think more realistically, you should be looking for him to make the team out of camp next year.
Ooh.
Not next year, the year after that.
Gotcha.
The year after that.
He's going to need a year in the minors, right? And if you want to see where projection or what program he's on, you look at Marco Kasper. Marco Kasper, first round draft choice that was arguably or not arguably the best player all year long in Grand Rapids. So that's the evolution. You need time, for these kids with the size. But you're right. Danielson has the hockey IQ. It's about getting bigger and it's about getting stronger, right? It's about playing from a boys' league to a man's league. And I think that's what you saw for a lot of guys. And one of the guys that I think is going to be an integral part, and it's interesting, but needs to add some size and needs to do what Lucas Raymond did last year and add 10 pounds, like Carter Mazer. But you see the effectiveness of this guy. So these young guys that we have that I just mentioned, the three names, we mentioned Danielson, we mentioned Mazer, we mentioned Kasper. It's about size. It's about not being pushed around in a man's game, and you got to give them time. Not everybody's ready to jump that level, but like Detroit Dabber said, that goes a long way. When you got, that's generational players that Connor Bedard, but that's like if Sidney Crosby or Connor McDavid or somebody came out and said, "Oh, this guy was the toughest play against in junior."
Yeah,
right. What's apropos to that? I bet you if you ask Eric Lindros back in Oshawa, Chris Draper was that guy in Ottawa. Oshawa had to go through Ottawa, but pain in the ass. And you look what, made of him. So not saying Nate Danielson's going to be a Chris Draper, but, the pedigree and the lead and everything that you want in a guy that's going to be part of this championship team.
And I'd love to touch on Mazer for one second,
for
because
it.
I actually played against.
Hey, that's my favorite player in the organization. That's the kid so you can talk about him anytime you want.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit you with I played against him for 4 years.
Shout out.
And he always was uber impressive. He was who made that Little Caesars team go. And every time you played him, he was the best player on the ice, arguably, but he was never selfish. And that's what I love to see out of players like Mazer. You see it all the time with Michigan AAA kids. They have attitudes. They're cocky. They think that they're the best. They want to just dangle through. That's not who Mazer is. He played that team Little Caesar style of hockey, and that makes me really excited because that's the way that you need to be to make an NHL roster. And he continues to make steps, and I think that he's going to continue to make strides. And it would not surprise me if he were to get to a position where he could make the roster out of camp.
He's a hockey player.
He is a hockey player.
He is an absolute.
His IQ's off the charts.
I think that what you saw is that playing again, he's got to add. If I was going to give him any advice, it's like, look at what Lucas Raymond did, adding 10 pounds last year and how effective that is. He's along the same program, but that's awesome to hear because it's exactly what this team needs.
Yeah, and Jesus, I called you Jesus. I usually call you Korean Jesus, but you're a man of multiple nicknames. You did a very good breakdown on Wake Up Woodward about like the Red Wings in general and potential prospects. If you want to educate or at least tell the Big D Energy audience some of the guys who played majority of the season in Grand Rapids that you think will be big contributors with the Red Wings next year.
I think that Soderblom has to be in that consideration. He has made a bunch of strides. He's shown that he can be an NHL player. I mean, I think Berg is going to get dealt. Unfortunately, I hear him in almost every rumor I see when it comes to what the Wings are going to do this offseason. It's hard to give prediction because also you don't know who's going to come in this free agency cycle, and that's going to define what the Wings need, because you might need someone who could score some goals on a wing. You might need a lockdown defenseman to put with a scoring defenseman if we bring in Jakob Chichurin, who's another highly rumored guy. But I think that the one that took the biggest step was Casper. I think Casper took a humongous step. I think he is a two-way center of the future on the Wings. And I also like to see Rafferty or Edvinsson, either one of them can be in that decor next year. I think that's critical for the Wings to not have to bring in guys to replace Gostisbehere and to more use the call-ups and use the strategic guys who they have in Grand Rapids, because they're all different play styles. And I think that's what's important when you're looking to build this Wings team, is you really can go after almost any style of free agent you need for this roster, and you can fit someone in from Grand Rapids to finish out your roster.
Two guys you said, Edvinsson and Casper, are probably at the top of the list of who's gonna be there, make the jump. I guess Soderblom also too is somebody, but the bottom line, it's got to be competitive at camp, and you got a lot of talent when it comes to Bergeron and different guys. See, here's the whole thing: whether it's draft picks, whether it's guys in the minors or something, you have assets to be able to maneuver, work around, to make your team even better. So whether it's these guys or the fact that they are going to be NHL prospects, that's what's being proven. And the other question mark is the maturation of Sebastian Cossa, because I think he's took a big step this year.
I completely agree with that, and I think that I would love to see us go after Linus Ullmark and sign him to a short-term deal that kind of sets up your goalie tandem of Cossa and Augustine, because they are your goalies of the future. You are put so much stock into them. But they're not ready yet. And the fact is, you probably have one more year of Husso. You have one more year of Husso, but he's not the long-term answer, and I think everyone knows that.
We all understand that. And I think that the biggest difference, in talking to guys, is that the Finnish goaltending coach has really added some structure to Costa's game, because if you watch him play, it's not pretty, but he's so big, he just gets the job done, and that's all you care about at this level is who can keep the puck out of the net.
In this series against Milwaukee, it has been him and him alone pretty much. He's stood on his head, and he's stolen games in this series, and I think that he's another year away, I believe, and I think if we were to bring in Linus Ullmark, who has been heavily rumored to Detroit, I think that'd be a perfect role model. It'd be you do the same thing that they did with Swayman. And
see, I don't think next year at all is. I think it's the 2-year. No, to what you're saying, because it is Husso, it is Lyon on the books. It is, you know what I mean? Are they going to make a deal to? It's the bridge the gap to not next season, the season.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I thank you for understanding what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, you're good, bud.
And, yeah, Ullmark would be a dream. 3-year deal, set up Augustine and Kosa.
Hey, you know what? That's something we talked about. Ullmark's on the team last year. They're in the playoffs. But, of course, something that will never let you down is a workout at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for only $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Hoodies, tees, and the hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. You've got Stoke Not Scared. You're going to have Boo Them Kids
Boo
at
them
some
kids.
point. The Averners themed Woodward Pistons hoodie. That is always a crowd pleaser. And so much more. The Meat Missile, of course, after Jack Campbell. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com and click shop.
You like meat missiles?
Hey, I
He
do
likes
like
meat. Kenny on his
does.
pizza, all 5 toppings.
That was a good one. I can't hate you for that. Welcome back. Final segment of the
Good one,
day.
Ken.
Big D Energy live on Woodward Sports Network. I am Flannel Sam, filling in for Neil Rule. We got Darren McCarty. It's been a great show. KG, great job as always.
Appreciate you.
Korean Jesus, great job as always. Spencer and then James doing a phenomenal job, making us all look good and sound good as well. This is a team and collaborative effort. And while we're here, I should have teased this before the break, but drop in any mailbag questions you have for any of us, because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you guys want to know about any of us, because we are all very, very interesting characters. Me being the least interesting, of course, but everybody else around here, just great, great, great human beings. And I really appreciated you guys breaking down the Red Wings prospects and everything. It definitely makes me more excited about the future. And just one quick thing on that before we get some mailbag questions. Is Nate Danielson, would you guys say that he's as talented as anybody in the Red Wings farm system right now? Because that's kind of the impression that I get. Like guys like Casper and Edvinsson, and it'd be Casper, Edvinsson, and Danielson, at least from my estimation.
Sam, it's filling the position.
Fair
Is
enough.
he most
Fair enough.
NHL ready, or can he be there quickest? I think yes.
Fair enough.
He's just because it's his maturity and his understanding and the way that he plays full ice and the minutes that he can play. So to your point, I don't know about natural talent. I don't know how to take that, because if it's like he's not a Fedorov or a Datsuk, but this NHL game he can skate. The biggest thing is, are you defensively conscious? And that's his attribute, right? He thinks the defensive game first, play both ways. You know, I think he gets a lot of comparables to, which is a shot, but Bergeron and stuff like this. So
Hey, fair enough. This is a mailbag from Mike G.
Shout out.
D-Mac, what did you whisper to Claude on the revenge match between you two? You can edit it.
listen, I just told you, and you can go back in the rewind and watch that some kid in juniors just got suspended 5 games for calling somebody a pussy. Dude, I can't even. I use pussy, right? But that was the nicest thing I said in that.
I use pussy too.
Oh, man.
I can't. Fifth Amendment. Ain't gonna incriminate myself.
Fair enough. Fair.
Just think about the worst things you can say to another human being.
Yeah.
About them or their family or
their
pets, whatever.
I can't. Even the pets. You know what,
dude? Nobody's off limits, Sam.
Fair game.
My vengeance finds nothing.
You know what? I love it. I absolutely love it. A mailbag from Shad. When you say lettuce on pizza, do you actually mean garden pizza? No, most certainly not. It has to have meat and lettuce. And lettuce is just supplementary.
Right. Just throw the whole head on there.
Not the whole head. Shredded iceberg. That's what I do.
I can just see Sam. Iceberg lettuce.
Right. He just biting it like
5 meat pizza.
You know what? Then I will be
Wild
at peak
times.
performance for the rest of the day if I eat an entire head of lettuce. Come on now.
Wild times.
Maybe it's more of a placebo effect, but I always feel good when I have lettuce. Let me see. There's one that D-Mac, any good stories about Dallas Drake? He seemed like he was a character.
He was awesome. And I had the pleasure of playing my first year with Dallas Drake when he was a wing, and then winning a cup with him in 2008. And this tells you a lot about Dallas Drake, the person, the player, whatever. Who was the first person that Nick Lidstrom gave the cup to? It's always, where does the cup go after the captain? In 2008, it went to Dallas Drake. That just tells you how much he's loved inside that room. He's a freaking old school warrior, up still in TC, one of the greatest teammates, just a great dude. You know, Ozzy always used to just, bag on him for being old. That's what they used to always do. But that tells a lot. You know what? So as we're coming down to the finals, whoever wins the finals, that's always the most interesting thing, because that talks about culture in the locker room, who that cup goes to after the captain.
Yeah. And before we go any further, y'all go support my man D-Mac in Brighton tomorrow, man. He got a wrestling show. He gonna be with Alex Shelley, Simon Gotch, Matt Riddle, man. Y'all go support
Combat One, the Brighton Community Center, whatever like that, 7:00, gonna be a show.
Yes, sir.
No, that's
shenanigans.
Oh man, and Brighton is such one of my favorite areas as well. So go watch the show. Go see our good friend and legend Darren McCarty, of course. All right,
wrap that shit up, B.
Hey, intern James is telling me I gotta go, and when they speak, I gotta go. But thank you guys for tuning in. It was certainly a spirited show. It was a lot of fun for Darren McCarty, for KG, for Korean Jesus, for James, and for Spedmo Rax. I am Flannel Sam. This was Big D Energy. I will be back tomorrow, so be sure to tune in, and be sure to tune in to all of the other wonderful programming Woodward Sports has to offer you. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you later.
See you later.
On me, no side.
Listening to Sean while we riding through the city. It's a cold world, so I'ma roll this J. I might pull one up, and that's where the little